who've been doing it all the time, but yet you can only follow their lead after you've been doing it for that period of time. I know a lot of agents who have policies that are over $80, $75. They say, Joe, I'm going to deliver that one there because that's going to be kind of a hard hit on a chargeback. I'd rather deliver it, resell it, go over it with them, highlight the face amount, their premiums, their beneficiaries that are on the application in the back of the policy. I want to reinforce to them that the decision they made was a good one and to see if they have any questions. So if they do want to cancel it or if they're having second thoughts, I can at least stop it right then and there. I don't sit and have it mailed to them and they open it up and go, oh my God, I don't know why I did this here. I can't afford this here, and cancel it. When you're there with them, the nice thing about it is that you can speak to them. Now, should I have the policies go straight to the clients, or should I have them come to me and do a cover letter? I like having everything come to me. It costs me about $2 per application more to have a policy come to me. I open it up, highlight their name. I put some little stickies on there. If you're in a state where you need to have them return the policy receipt, put something in there to either send it straight to the company or send it back to you with a self-addressed stamped envelope, because now you know they filled it out and they sent it back to you. Another thing about delivering a policy, on top of solidifying the deal, letting them see that they made a good decision, it's also another good place for you to get a referral. So there's always something else you can do when you're at the house. Now, I want you to think about this here. Do I do price point selling, or do I do different items? I like showing 5 different programs on either of the back of a piece of paper, or since I get sloppier as the day goes, I've got what I call a planning worksheet that I've got all the different numbers in there to where I can fill in the dollar amount next to the face. I've got one that goes from 10,000 all the way to 40, but it goes 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, all the way to 20, then 22, 25, 27, then it goes to 20,000. The person's young, I show one as high as Brian. I show one as high as 30,000. It depends on the age. It depends on the smoker. Excuse me, if they're a smoker. My thought process is to give them options to where they can pick. When they're there to pick, and the difference between the 10 and the 11 is only $3 or $4, then it's another $3 or $4 or $5. They can sit and say, I can afford $60 a month. Joe showed me one for $56 for $11,000. I think I'm going to get the one for $12 that costs $60.37. Yet if you show a 10 and a 15, and the 10 goes from 50, then it goes to the 15 goes to 80 or 85, there's sometimes too big of a jump in between there. So they're afraid to make that jump. So what you end up doing, they'll settle for a smaller premium. So I like to give them 5 options, have the options close together, keep my minimum premium at $50 unless I'm doing a price point selling. I like kind of doing both. Depends on how I feel about the client. It goes with what you feel in your stomach when you're in the house with a person. Everybody's going to sit and tell you, Marie, I can't afford much. Jim, oh, no. I wasn't expecting you to come today. I'll listen to what you got to say, but I'm not going to buy nothing. And if I do buy something, I can't afford much. So the first thing we're going to sit and ask is, well, what can you afford? And they're going to come up with a number like, I can't afford no more than $15 a month. I can't come up with no more than $20, maybe $25 a month. So you've got to sit and think, do I believe them or do I not believe them? Well, my thought process is that I believe what they're saying, but yet I am not going to allow that to detour my thought process on still going after the attack and keeping the minimum one at $50. When you go buy a couch and the guy says, what do you want to buy? I want to buy a leather couch. I want a black one, and I want a little ottoman in front of me, and I want 2 little side tables, and I want 2 lamps, and I want this and that. He can say, well, what is in your budget so I can put you in the right direction? You're willing to spend, let's say, $2,500. That's your magic number. Are you going to tell the guy, I'm willing to spend $2,500? You're going to sit and say, well, I really don't want to spend a lot of money. Money's kind of tight, and, can I see what you have on sale, or can I see what you have on, like, the floor special? And if he really presses you and makes you tell him a number, you're not going to say the true number. You're going to say, maybe $1,000, maybe $1,500, because you think you're manipulating him on the numbers you're telling him. If he's a good salesman like you, you're going to sit and say, okay, now I don't have to sell him on the whole $2,500 on the couch that I think he maybe wants. You're going to sit and say, well, since he said he can afford $1,500, now if I sell him one for $2,000,